I like this song.
Shoutouts. Shoutouts to
Samus against Palutena.
yeah.
Both of them want to stay away from each other, like they're doing right now. There we go. Is button check or game? Yes, this is the game. Okay.
I mean, I thought it was going to be Steven, but it's actually something, so can't be disappointed. But regardless, we're in game one.
But yeah, as I said, Samus and Palutena, both characters that kind of like to stay away from their opponent, but I think Samus does a slightly better job, obviously just because of the threat of charge shot. As soon as I think Zone sees Afro charging, charge shot, he's going to kind of want to prevent that from happening, because charge shot is just such a powerful projectile.
Yep. So Zone sort of very slowly forcing Afro back, but before he can get Afro into the corner, Afro does seem to get hit, and it just sort of goes like that. Zone and Afro have played quite a few times, and Afro seems to win pretty much every time.
Okay.
Seems to have Zone's number, but we're going to see if that's changed, because Zone has been steadily improving. Whereas
Unfortunate miss on the charge shot.
Yes.
And that reflector is something that's going to come in, I think, into crucial play later on.
Indeed.
Either by preventing Afro from shooting or punishing him for doing so. Of course, it is also something that Afro can bait out and punish with his Telegraph.
Indeed, like he can sort of avoid that reflector situation by just not really going for stuff in neutral and only using charge shot when on like a tech chase situation or something, in which it's still extremely strong.
Definitely.
But he does sort of lose that neutral pressure that you were talking about.
Yeah. Ooh, unfortunately going to miss the missile to charge shot there.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
neutral air, not quite going to take it.
The super missile is so delayed that it actually... Wow.
And the double triple taunt just to rub it in.
Yep.
But what Zone's answer back be? Palutena definitely not a character who lacks kill options. No. Definitely like back air. It's just going to be thrown out in neutral and will eventually go.
All their areas.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I like the boxing game that Afro is playing right now. He's not really like sitting back, as you would expect a Samus to do. He's really just going in and challenging Zone's options. Even just with the run-up shield, I like that. Just waiting, just checking what he's going to do. Unfortunately, getting hit by the last hit of explosive play.
Oh, a very fringe of it as well.
Yeah.
Slight miscalculation from Afro, but you know, he's still playing really solidly, kind of like SER, just sort of slightly outplaying Zone in neutral throughout his entire game so far.
Okay, nice double up there. And that is kind of what I think Zone wants to prevent, is just Afro kind of running back and just getting that charge shot, because yeah, I mean, maybe it was misused there, but it can be a real threat.
Zone is just playing really, really patient, and Afro is just like, okay, if you're going to play that patient, I'm just going to fully charge my best move.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, lovely read on that grab.
Yeah. And that is where Samus is really going to struggle in this matchup, is being cornered. Which is probably why you've seen Afro go in so much, and, you know, in neutral, he doesn't want to get cornered by just charging his shot. He wants to avoid being cornered as much as possible. Really nice use of
almost got the tipper forward tilt. That probably will kill near the edge.
Yeah, I think so. Ooh, the single jab baiting out the roll.
Wow, that almost killed. Might have been bad DI from Zone there, not expecting the reverse hit there. Up throw not quite going to kill yet.
Yeah, Samus not really having a good consistent kill throw, really. No. Aside from like right at the edge.
Both players playing so patient. He's ready for that teleport forward air.
Yeah, unfortunate spacing there from Zone. There we go. Sorry about that.
It was against my leg and I was worried I was going to knock it.
And then you did knock it by trying not to knock it.
I know. Teaches me, eh? Anyway.
Yeah, but speaking of knocking it, Samus getting knocked by that back air, but it's not going to take the stock just yet. Okay, that back air will do it.
Right in the head, and it's pretty even now. Zone coming back a little bit now.
Oh, but good charge shot into dash attack. So much damage. That is one thing I like about Samus' charge shot in this game, is it has so much hit stun, it can be a combo starter.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Including the small hits bit as well.
Yeah.
Afro wasn't really sure about that
Just
situation.
going through the auto red school.
Yeah.
That was really smart play from Afro.
That looks really cool as well. Ooh, nice catch on the landing.
Firing
Not
it
quite
early.
gonna do it.
And that is something a lesser Samus player will do is just kind of fully charge the shot when the opponent's landing, but Afro knowing to kind of fire it a bit early to take advantage of Zone's landing.
Yep.
But also a solid back air going to take it and give Afro the game 1.
Yeah, that was a nice sort of just hop over the back and hit him in the back with that back air.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously this is a best of 5 set, so a lot of adaptation can be made from Zone to kind of bait this back. And that wasn't a domination by any point. That was definitely got him down to his last stop.
No, certainly the last time I saw a Zone versus Afro set, Afro was pretty dominating, and Zone seems to be playing a lot better.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised if games and maybe the set was taken by Zone after some adaptation. Game 2, we're going to town.
Yep, a much larger stage. I don't know if Zone's plan is to kind of use that to play more defensive. So obviously we saw Afro kind of with his kind of really good close range game. Maybe he kind of wants to force Afro to play like that and then in exchange play more defensively. But it looks like right now he's going in, putting a lot of damage with these nairs.
Yep, that's a sweet 40%, 57 with their Reaper there on the ledge.
But speaking of a lot of damage, that charge shot when you're not paying attention is gonna do just that.
Indeed, well, that's like a 30% in it.
Yeah.
Absolute madness. A bit of a reversal from Afro, and now it's a bad situation for Zone.
Really nice charge shot.
Yeah, catches him not shielding.
And this is what Afro is doing a lot, is he's kind of putting Zone in a very tiny situation where he has to make a decision, like there with the Zare.
Yep.
And then it's like, you're not going to shield this, so I'm going to do charge.
Yep.
And just that little moment, that tiny mistake is leading to so much for Afro.
Catches you dashing towards him, you're just going to get hit.
Exactly.
Afro is looking for every single little movement that Zone is doing in neutral, but looking for those tiny opportunities where he can sneak in a 30% charge shot.
Yeah.
Get those kills.
And I think that's kind of the unique thing about Afro's very close-range Samus.
Yeah.
Really nice neutral shot.
So he's really good on the sort of mix-up game with the aerials and the bombs and stuff. Just making you think that, wait, I thought Samus was supposed to be bad in this sort of range, but...
One would think for Arizona, but Afro definitely playing very well.
Yeah.
Good forward smash. She's not going to get the strong hit, but it's still going to take the stop.
Because Samus just seems to have deceptively safe aerials. Afro is incredible at spacing them really nicely.
I like the drag down forward air attempt. He's not going to really get much out of it, but...
And he makes you respect the aerials as well, because he knows what he can get off each aerial. So he gets a decent amount of damage every time he gets a hit.
Every hit leading to so much, which I think is really important with like a character who isn't, you know, maybe not, definitely not a top tier, probably not high tier. You know, you have to make every hit count, and Afro is doing that so well.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the stock!
Amazing
that was
setup from
lovely.
Afro. I love those town combos utilising the top right platforms.
That was
get
really
some
nice.
crazy stuff off those if you've labbed the stage out a bit.
Yeah, really
Afro
nice,
showing
just
us.
really nice awareness from Afro.
Yeah.
And you know that he's feeling himself now. He's going to make the most out of this ledge trap.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a ledge trump or something coming from Afro, because he's definitely conditioning Zone extremely hard to just stay on the ledge and not get bombed. So we'll have to watch out for that later.
Definitely.
Or maybe a down
air?
angle forward smash or something.
Yeah.
Lovely counter the range on that.
That was interesting.
Don't think Afro was expecting that.
Yeah. I don't think anyone was. Okay, but this charge shot is almost fully charged. That's something that Zone is going to have to worry about.
Is that a roll?
That was a roll. That was either a roll or a low air dodge, but either way, what it wasn't is a stop.
That was a
that
stop
stock
indeed.
does not exist
and
anymore.
that stock converts into a game, and that is 2-0 to Afro.
Yeah. And that one, a lot more, I think, dominative, especially with that Town and City combo, the forward air to the charge shot.
Yeah.
You know, just like a huge momentum swing in Afro's favor, and Zone, I think, not really being able to make it back from that.
Yeah, Afro seems to be in Zone's head a little bit now.
Yeah.
Oh, go on, put Steven on, please. No.
Hey.
That's
Golden
all right.
Silver's
That's
good.
all right. No, it's all right. I'm happy with that.
Vamos. And no character switch, so just sticking with the Palo.
Of course. I think these guys are more or less solo mates. I know Afro has a pretty nasty Incineroar.
Okay.
But I'm not sure that's coming out today.
That's a shame. I like seeing Incineroar.
Yeah.
so many forward airs. I feel like that's something that Zone needs to be doing more, is just kind of close range pressuring Afro.
Yep.
He's kind of just letting him get away with a charging shot and using missiles where...
I do think he could be baiting out these upbeats a little more, but Afro is using it really sparingly.
Yeah.
Only when he's really certain that he's going to get a hit out of it. Because obviously if you whiff that upbeat, you're going to take big damage from Palu.
As well as I think it's not too difficult to know when Palu's space something properly or not.
Yeah.
It's kind of either it's with the tip of the shield or with the arm, if you see what I mean.
These guys are constantly exchanging stage control from one another, just slipping past each other.
But it is looking really good for Zone right now. He's sitting with a decent little lead. Well, there it goes.
That would have covered the short hop as well, of course.
Yeah. And that was kind of what I mean about like where Afro just chooses these little situations where you have to make an instant decision. Like with that mid-charge shot where you just have to react to it and know what to do immediately.
Yep. Doesn't quite time that forward smash right. That probably would have been a kill. Fresh
Good
move, tipper on the edge. It's Palu. She's more quite light, I think. I'm sure Afro knows his percents.
I'm certain.
Doesn't get the conversion off the bomb, but gets some decent damage. Really even right now. But Afro in a bad situation.
You can definitely tell that when Afro does the bombs, he's more looking to see what Zone will do to avoid them rather than trying to confirm off of them.
Yeah.
Which is good, but you also have to be aware that there's no threat without getting the confirms.
A bit of a reversal from Afro. Doesn't get the up tilt. But yeah,
Fortunate weak back out there.
Battlefield coming through for Palu. So many teleport mix-ups available for Zone right now.
Yeah. And back air is just about going to take it. Really nice call up from Zone.
Zone finding himself with a lead. And now he's just going to sit back, spam those specials.
Yeah, this is the point where Zone can just kind of force Afro to approach, because Afro hasn't really been approaching, he's just kind of been waiting at the mid-range.
No, this is one of the only times Zone has had a proper lead in this set.
Yeah. And this is looking really good, but he's... Okay,
yeah, it seems like the tide has completely turned in Zone's favor in this situation.
Yeah, it's been dealing so much percent so quickly.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he's got like 100% in a row right now.
Yeah. Okay, back air, and Afro has to find a way to deal with that back air. Gonna miss the down air.
Yep, doesn't quite time that right.
To ledge trap.
Take notes from skips. Lovely
Up B,
spot dodge up B,
will
and that's
just
going to
take
do
it.
it.
Well, this is still a really sizable lead right now for Zone.
He's made the most of that situation where Afro had to approach him, and now, I mean, it's still the case. And that down tilt's
The
going to
last
take
thing down tilt, wow. That was a weak hitbox.
So that was a full stock ahead.
Yeah. An entire stock deficit for Afro to make up on Samus, who is not the best character when it comes to approaching.
Nope. He needs to get some of these aerial mix-ups going. But he can't afford to be too unsafe because they're going to take a lot of damage.
Okay, and this is definitely not where Afro wants to be.
Nope.
Yeah, we've seen throughout this game that Zone is taking most of his damage when Afro's either above him or on the ledge.
Parries the wrong hit of fair there.
Yeah, very
Okay,
unfortunate.
here comes the nair. Ledge
Okay, and this is
situation.
the ledge trap from Afro, so this could be a really important point for him. If he's going to turn this match around, it pretty much has to be here.
I think Afro's after a shield poke there, but doesn't space it quite right.
Okay, I really like the way he's playing now. It's kind of somewhat defensive. I think Zone is getting a little bit impatient.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he just needs to remember, I'm in control.
Yeah,
But
he has a really good lead.
Hits,
Can't
and
afford
Afro
to
has
throw
not
it
been
away.
letting him.
And he has to be careful with those auto reticles. We've seen that Charge Shot can just drive through them and destroy them. Okay, good neutral there on the mistech.
Yep.
And you
Ooh,
know
bad
Afro
dash
was
attack,
trying
but
to
doesn't
bait
get
out something
punished.
there with that empty hop. He's going to get hit by that explosive flame, this is a really bad position for him.
Afro's been doing really well at recovering around Palutena's pressure.
Yeah, he has. He's always mixing up his up Bs and his Zers. Okay, but the question is, how does he find the stock? With a neutral air is how he finds that stock. But this is still a huge deficit for him to make up.
Yeah, he's really close to kill percent now with those nairs off stage and stuff.
Can't afford to make any mistakes, especially now when he's at the ledge. Okay, down throw forward air.
Yep, he's going to get some big damage. Well, decent damage. Back to neutral. We'll catch them shielding.
Okay, this is looking like something. Back air, that's unfortunate.
Not quite enough to catch those teleport mix-ups on the battlefield platforms.
Down throw, back air, good DI away, not wanting to get hit by that.
Nope.
Okay, forward air. Gonna take the stock.
That is proper confirm. You're not going to be able to DI away from that.
Definitely not. But yeah, very well played from Zone. He very much took control of that game.
Yeah, he was just waiting for a situation in which Afro would have to approach him, and then he just ran with it. Ran with it as far as he could, and that was enough to take a game from Afro. So it is now 2-1 to Afro.
And you can see the stress on both of their faces in the play cap. That was a difficult game for both of them, because Afro definitely could have made the comeback there.
I think usually they're when they play a fair game and stuff, they're joking around, they're smiling, they're laughing. But I think at this tournament in particular, Zone is like, I really want to win.
Yeah, yeah,
I
definitely.
really need this set.
Yeah.
And he is playing like it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, you know, you can see in that game, what it comes down to is whether or not Zone can get the lead. Once he gets the lead, he plays really well, and it's a really good position for him. But when Afro gets the lead, it's the exact opposite. I guess technology beats magic.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Beats god magic.
Yeah. You may be a goddess, but I'm a robot.
Yep.
Okay, solid damage with neutral air. Roughly even in percentage. Both of them managing to wreck on a punch very quickly. Good tag. Very important tag.
This is the Zare. Palu falls deceptively fast after teleporting onto those platforms. That makes her quite hard to catch because she can just land and shield or whatever.
Yeah. It is like a surprisingly safe movement option.
Yeah. Nice jump catch with the fair.
Yeah, very well.
He was after a dash forward there.
And as you can see now, neither of them really have a significant percent lead, which is kind of why we're seeing this very safe, patient neutral.
I think just part of the reason why Afro does so well in this matchup is just because Zone's playstyle, Palu's playstyle just gives Samus the right amount of space to just charge shot, basically often.
Yeah.
And that's how he gets all this pressure. Like
a whole lot of back airs coming out as well.
The charge shot in combination with all the aerial mix-ups and stuff just makes them really scary to fight.
That's so unfortunate, and that is huge as well. That's really not what Afro wanted. Like we said before, when Zone has a lead, it becomes very difficult for him.
Yeah, he really didn't need that.
No.
Let's see what Zone can do with this.
Okay, and Nares once again, that's 46%. And that's going to be the stock.
That's so hard to tech. Like you were saying earlier, the hit lag is just so massive. It makes timing that tech quite difficult.
It really is. And Afro is fully aware of that, knowing that Zone just won't be ready for it. He hasn't done that all set. You know, he's been very cautious about using charge shot off stage, but that's one time is when it's going to catch him out. But Afro is still sitting at kind of a deficit here. You know, he still kind of has to approach. Good charge shot is going to make that a little bit easier for him.
Yeah, this is definitely a bit more even. Getting caught by two loads of auto reticles there.
And I like the way Zone is kind of mixing up his projectile game. He hasn't really been using auto reticle too much throughout the set, but just kind of in that little moment he decided to throw out two, just to kind of put Afro on edge.
He went for the Nair on the platform there because he noticed that Afro's shield was getting pretty small, and Nair is likely to shield coat in that situation. So making Afro think twice about you spamming some projectiles there.
Yeah.
The reflection followed by the immediate auto reticle.
Was so close. And Afro has to be really careful about the explosive flame off stage.
This is a really good edge guard from Zone. Actually catches him with the explosive flame and catches the tether with the down tilt, which is really hard to do.
It is.
Despite how good that move is. Apparently that was just cancelled out by the shield.
Apparently.
Just Palu things.
I think it hit the stage.
Okay.
But up throw is not going to take it yet. Samus is deceptively heavy despite being floating. But as we saw in the last game, this is going to be very difficult for Afro. Sitting a whole stock and 40% deficit.
Zone just seems to have outplayed Afro in that stock, and now he's got a massive lead. Here come the Nairs.
And almost evening up the percents, but still with the entire stock lead.
Nice jump catch.
Yeah, and this is looking really good for Zone. This is looking like a repeat of last game.
Yep. Afro just looking for an opportunity to get some big damage. He really needs to take the stock from Zone.
Down air.
That's some important data Zone's got there, how Afro reacts to being spiked on the stage.
Down throw back air, yeah, that's going to take it.
Wow, I mean,
crazy.
Yeah, great confirms the Zone. He just switched on halfway through that game and was like, hold on, I'm sick.
And that was a 2-stock as well.
Yeah,
that was a 2-stock.
Indeed, a solid one.
So this very well could be the reverse 3-0.
Zone's momentum is just extremely high right now.
Yeah. And it is exactly what I was saying. As soon as Afro is in the disadvantage in terms of percent or stocks, he just can't approach. There is nothing he can do to get in against Palutena.
But what was particularly impressive was that it was even.
Yeah.
And then
it was.
Zone just got a few really good hits, and then he had the lead, and then he was like, right, now I'm in control, I'm going to take this game. And he did.
Yeah, he did just that.
In a very swift fashion. Let's see how if Afro can do a bit better in this game, shut down some of Zone's momentum, because he really needs to perform a bit more like in game 1 and 2. Just keep Zone out as much as possible. Bit of counter adaptation needed. But
Zone is already okay. Shield. But Zone has already started off with a really good lead here.
Yep.
Already kind of putting Afro in the position where he's a little bit scared to get off the ledge.
Zone's just been going for a few more jump reads because obviously Afro is quite jump happy. He likes the aerial pressure, as we've said before.
Yeah.
Zone just catching with those nairs, gets a big nair train going.
Especially with Samus, there aren't very many rising aerials he can do. You know, he's got falling neutral air, falling back air, but no real rising aerials.
And the thing about Samus is that she's really floaty, and floaty characters, when they jump, it's quite a big commitment.
Exactly.
They're going to be in the air for a while.
Yeah.
Gets the forward air.
Gonna miss on the charge shot. I like the attempt. It was very much needed at this point. You know, he needs that big play that's gonna get him a lead.
Afro conditioning Zone to jump there with that charge shot, so we might see a bit of a conditioning edge guard later. Wow.
Lovely bait with baiting the shield drop.
I mean, if he had shielded that, I'm pretty sure it would have been broken.
It would have broken, yeah.
But yeah, Afro answering back, and suddenly Afro has the lead. Exactly what he needs to take this game 5.
Yeah, and this is really important. Oh, I really like the avoidance there.
That was really cool from Zone there. He was like, hold on, you're in that position, I know what you're going for.
Yeah, especially since it was a regrab, really good awareness.
Yeah.
Okay, down air to back air.
That's big damage, that is.
It is.
Up B bait. Oh, cancel on the ledge.
Yeah, very nice. That was very good.
I didn't think he could do it from that possession, but...
Especially that was risky because he decided to fast fall as well. If he had held down for slightly too long, he would have lost the stop.
Samus really heavy, not going to die to a nair at this percent, but I think another 1 or 2 will definitely do it.
Yeah, it won't be long now. Back throw, that will take it.
Who needs nair when you have the yeet?
Exactly.
I hate myself.
So do I, don't worry. Okay, attempt on the charge shot. I'm just kind of going to run back and, I guess, not really take advantage of that ledge trap. That was odd. Surprise.
Both players just playing mid-range. They're always maintaining a very similar distance between each other. Just
it's
trying
like
to bait out.
As one moves forwards, the other moves back.
Indeed.
Okay, and that's unfortunate for Zone that he missed that ledge trap. That was going to be very crucial for getting back against Afro right now.
Yeah, Afro definitely in control. 100% lead right now. Any sort of back air or reverse nair tipper F tilt. You know, he's got plenty of options to get a kill.
Really
That
does.
is going to be techable.
Good tech.
But he's not going to do anything rash. He knows he's in control.
Yeah. Okay, and this is important for Zone.
Here comes the damage and almost a forward air.
Holding the down smash. This is terrifying.
I can't believe he jumped. I would not have jumped.
I mean,
I'd be way too afraid.
he just decided to hold it.
Really low shield on the part of Zone. He's got full charge shot.
Yeah, that will definitely break the shield. And it'll also break the stock.
Wow. Came
Breaking
from
his
across the
spirit
stage.
too, I imagine. And that's only the second time in the set that Afro has done that. He's been very, very careful about firing charge shot onto the stage. It is a good option.
Caught
so
him
is that
slipping
down
on the
smash.
ledge. You cannot be doing that against that down smash.
Definitely not.
And now it is even once again. Amazing stuff from Zone to come back in that situation.
Yeah.
And we've got a last stop situation, game 5, between these two, an epic battle. Who's going to take the set this time? Zone really wants this.
Yeah, this would be...
He's been looking for this set win for ages.
Yeah, this is something that Zone does want very desperately, but Afro is doing his best not to give it to him. Okay, good neutral egg. Could this be the start of something? Nope, Afro's going to make it back. And the charge shot, that is a lot of damage.
Captain pressing buttons on the way down, and that is how he's going to get those hits.
Yeah, and Zone really doesn't want that damage right now. He wants to stay in control. Okay, and all of these empty ops are so terrifying because you just know that a charge shot can come from it.
Yep. Next situation, lovely corner pressure from Zone. You're not jumping on my watch. 103 rolls behind him.
Just rolling behind. He hasn't been rolling
Back
too
to
much this
neutral.
game. It's mostly
Yeah,
been
no,
neutral
exactly. Mixing up well. Oh, close quarters. Ned's going to get him out.
Got a lot of bombs here. This is very scary for Zone. He doesn't want to get him. And the up tilt, he stayed slightly too long, and the up tilt is going to reach
That's what I was talking
under.
about earlier. He conditioned him to stay on the ledge, and suddenly the heel is on that hand, and that is going to take the